this is Mrs. Taylor, and I'm going to show you how to create an equation if you're given a graph of a piecewise function. So in this slide it says create the equation for the piecewise function graph below. And it's going to be piecewise, so I know that I need to have f of x equals and then have my brace. And in piecewise, you have x values that break up the different equations. And so what I want to look at first is where the graph jumps. And so what I notice is this jump here. And this happens at x equals 1, 2. So that means that x equals 2 is my value that's going to break this graph into two pieces. And so I'm going to have values that are less than 2 and values that are greater than 2. So x is less than 2 and x is greater than 2. And remember, this is just like with number lines and inequalities. If you have an open circle, that means not included, and when you have a closed circle, it is included. So the closed circle is on the line that extends greater than 2. So that means that the greater than symbol means an equal to as well. Alright, so now we need to find the equations of these individual lines. So let's start with this top one. These are both straight lines, so the equation is going to be in the form y equals mx plus b. And remember, b is your y-intercept and m is your slope. So if you can find those two things, you just plug them in and you have your equation. So for this line, it doesn't cross the y-axis. So let's not start with y-intercept. Let's start with slope. And slope is just rise over run. So how do I get from one point to another? How much do I go up and how much do I go over? And we want to look at whole numbers. So I could use this, but this is a decimal, so I'm going to use this point. And so to get from here to here, I go up 1 over 2. And it's up 1 to the right 2, so that would be positive. So that's a slope of 1/2. So far we have y equals 1/2 x. Now I've got to figure out my y-intercept. And the way you do that is you kind of extend this line to find out where it crosses the y-axis. So instead of going up 1 over 2, let's go down 1 over 2. And if I do that, I see that if I extended this line, it would cross the y-axis at 0. So my y-intercept, my b value, is 0. Now, the question is, which one do I put this down for? X is less than 2 or x is greater than or equal to 2? Well, it's on this line, which extends in the positive direction, which is getting greater than 2. So it goes with x is greater than or equal to 2. And we could write plus 0 here, but it's always understood to be there if you don't write it. So I'm just going to leave it as 1/2 x. Now this bottom line here, it does cross the y-axis. It crosses the y-axis here, which is at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, negative 9. So I already know I'm going to have minus 9 here. And now I have to count slope. So to get from this point to this point, which is at another pair of whole number coordinates, I have to go down 1, 2, 3, and to the left 1. So since I had to go down and to the left, instead of down and to the right, down and to the left means it's a positive line. The other way to look at it is to get from here to here, I go up 3 into the right 1, which is positive. It moves in the positive direction. So up 3 over 1 will be a positive 3x for my equation. And now I'm done. All I had to know was y-intercept and slope. So that would be the equation of this piecewise function.